Paintbrushes can cost a lot of money. So my tips for cleaning brushes: dish. Hi, I'm Jackie Duffy. I am a professional artist and I have been for the last 30 years. I have written and illustrated 13 published picture books for children, and I have so many ideas in my head that it's going to explode. Okay, so today I wanted to talk to you about paintbrushes. I have a lot of paintbrushes. Paintbrushes can cost a lot of money. You have hog hair, squirrel, you have goat hair. There's lots of different paintbrushes, but the care for these paintbrushes is fairly well standard. Okay, so what I do at the end of my day of painting, when you're finished using that particular brush for any period of time, you need to clean it properly. I use dishwashing liquid because I find that is a cheap alternative to what you buy in art stores, and it works really well. Okay, so I get a little bit of dishwashing liquid, I put a little dot on top of the brush, and then my brush is wet, so then on my hand I just make sure that I go with the way the hair sits in the brush. I don't jab at my brush. Never jab at brushes. That's really bad. Okay, so I go like this, I'll work up a lather. Okay, get it right up, and as it's working up a lather and as you're bending and flexing your brush like this, everything's being drawn up, so that's why there is paint up there. Okay, so you go like this, give it a really good lathering, and then give it a really good rinse. Okay, so if you're going to leave your paintbrushes for any long period of time, like say you're going on a 6-month holiday around the world, lucky you, you can actually create a soapy mixture that you can coat your brushes in, and you can leave them wet with the soap in them and then store them that way, so that the soap will dry on them, but it will hold them and it will coat them. Some other friends of mine have been known to use like a Vaseline. I'm not so sure about that. I have used it, but it is harder to wash out before you go to use your brushes again. So that's cleaning your brushes. Now with some brushes, like this one, so this brush is meant to hang. Okay, it's meant to hang to dry so that its hairs will form that perfect point. Now, if you're in an art store, a reputable art store, and you're buying brushes, especially ones that come to a point, the staff there should be able to supply you with a glass of water. Okay, so when you dip your brush into that glass of water in the store, it will fan out, it will hold water, it'll suck water up into it, but it should still come to a perfect point. Okay, if you look at the tip of your brush and it is not a perfect point, it's not a perfect paintbrush. It doesn't matter with a round brush how the diameter of your brush. You can have something that's quite enormous, but if it comes to that perfect point, then you can do the finest work with it. Okay, so now with brushes, with rounds especially, they come with a little plastic case over the top. Now because I live in far north Queensland, it's really humid here, so I like my brushes to dry properly before I put this back on them, okay, because humidity, mold, all that kind of thing. And cockroaches do love to eat paintbrushes if you're not careful. So hang it up, let it dry, and then put its little safety harness back on it very carefully. And the way to do that is to put it on and slightly swivel your brush so that the hairs don't get moved. This brush, okay, obviously it's a well-used, well-loved brush that has not been cleaned properly. Now, that makes me really sad that I haven't cleaned it properly, because what is in here actually makes it hard, and you can't get that beautiful soft flow. So I have managed to just essentially destroy this brush. I still use it, but it's really sad that I haven't washed it out properly. Now, speaking of washing brushes out properly, years ago, I stupidly used a Kolinsky Sable brush. Yes, I know, I had one, lucky me. I used a Kolinsky Sable paintbrush to put some masking fluid onto a watercolor painting I was working on, and I didn't wash my brush fast enough. Okay, so I had to dispose of that brush. It took me probably 25 years to dispose of that brush. I kept trying different ways of cleaning it, white spirits, you name it, I tried. But so my advice to you is, if you are using masking fluid, get the cheapest, nastiest brush you can find and use that brush, and still wash it. Okay, make sure you use your soap and you wash it. So my tips for cleaning brushes: dishwashing liquid. Do it quickly if you're using masking fluid. And make sure that you get right down into here. Do the whole thing, okay? Don't do what I did to this beautiful brush. I loved this brush and I miss it. Okay, so this brush has been looked after. So look at this beautiful brush, handmade. It's probably 60 or 70 years old, this brush, and it is still soft as anything. Look at that. Okay, so you can look after your brushes and they will work for you forever and forever. So wash them. Don't leave them sitting in water. Have them sitting up like this. Let them dry properly before you put their safety harnesses back onto them. And generally, just love them. Okay, so if what I'm telling you rings true, you like it, you want to follow me, please do. I'd love for you to follow me. Sounds creepy, really, doesn't it? But anyway, I'd love for you to follow me. I have my website down below, so I like to give things away. So please subscribe to my website. That would be great. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.